Repair Clinic encourages you to perform this procedure safely. In this video, we will show one or more of these icons to alert you when to use caution. Most range repairs will require some disassembly of the appliance. Before you attempt this, be sure to unplug the power cord first. You should also shut off the gas supply. You can remove the oven door by opening the door to the broil position and lifting it off of the hinges. To access components secured within the door, remove the screws to release the door barrier from the bottom of the door. Now remove the screws to release the lower trim. Now slide the door glass out. Next, remove the screws on the side of the outer door panel. Now loosen the screws on the inner panel. You can use a putty knife to help lift out the inner door panel to access the door handle screws. When the repair is complete, replace the inner door panel. Make sure the spacers are positioned on the inner panel screws. Then thread and tighten the screws. Reinstall the screws on the sides of the outer door panel. With the rough side of the oven door glass facing inward and the curved portion of the window closest to the door handle, insert the glass into the channel in the upper trim. Replace the lower door trim by aligning the door glass in the channel and pushing the trim into position. Replace the screws to secure. Realign the door barrier and reinstall the screws to secure. Make sure the door hinges are still in the broil position. Then replace the oven door by aligning it on the hinges and sliding it into position. To access components below the oven, slide out the broiler drawer and set it aside. You can now reach into the cabinet and remove the screw to release the oven valve shield. To reach the valve and pressure regulator, as well as the oven igniter. When the repair is complete, realign the oven valve shield and secure it with the screw. Replace the broiler drawer by aligning the drawer rails with the tracks on the base and sliding the drawer into position. To access the oven control board, first remove the screws on the front bottom of the control panel. Now loosen the screws on the back of the panel. Pull the bottom of the panel outward and lift the panel up to release. To uninstall the control board, first note the orientation of the attached wires. Then disconnect them from the board. Next, remove the mounting screws securing the control board. Lift the board out of the panel. Reinstall the oven control board by positioning it in the control panel. Then replace the screws to secure. Reconnect the wires to the appropriate terminals on the board. Align the screws on the top of the control panel with the slots in the support, and push the panel into position. Tighten the screws in the back, and replace the screws on the front bottom of the panel. To access components like the burner tubes and valves, as well as the spark module and igniters, you will need to remove the main top. To do this, first remove all of the burner grates, the burner caps, and bases. Now remove all of the screws securing the orifice holders to the main top. Insert a putty knife under the main top to release the two spring clips. Lift up the main top and pull the left mounting pin out of the slot first to remove the top. You can replace a burner tube by using a 5/8" wrench to loosen the retaining nut securing the orifice holder. Unthread the nut and lift off the holder. Now use a 1/2" wrench to unthread the nut securing the burner tube. And pull the tube out of the burner valve. Reinstall or replace the burner tube by inserting it into the burner valve. Then tighten the nut to secure. Reposition the orifice holder on the burner tube and secure it with the retaining nut. To replace the spark igniter switch harness or one or more burner valves, remove the control knobs. You can use wire or string to help pull them off. Now remove all of the screws securing the burner control panel. Pull the panel off. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the screws securing the burner valve brackets to release the burner valves. To remove the igniter switch harness, you will only need to detach the brackets securing the two rear burner valves. Now cut the zip tie securing the switch wires to the manifold, and remove the wires from the metal retaining clips. Pull the switches and dust covers off of the burner valves. Then disconnect the wire connector to remove the harness. Replace the switch harness by sliding each switch onto its respective burner valve, followed by the dust covers. Confirm that the gaskets are in place on the rear burner valves. Then realign the valve ports with the holes in the manifold. Reposition the valve brackets and replace the screws to secure the assemblies. Connect the wire connector and secure the switch wires in the metal retaining clips. Use a zip tie to secure the wires to the manifold. Realign the burner control panel and replace the screws to secure. Replace the control knobs. Replace the main top by inserting the right mounting pin into the hole in the bracket. Then position the left mounting pin into the slot. Make sure the support rods are inserted into the side panel bushings. Then snap the main top into place. Make sure the igniters protrude through the appropriate holes in the main top. Align the screw holes, then replace all of the screws to secure the holders. Replace the burner bases by aligning the tab in the base with the notch in the main top. Replace the burner caps and grates. Make sure the bend in the grate frame faces the companion grate. With the range fully reassembled, turn the gas supply back on. Plug the power cord back in and confirm that the appliance is working properly.